Hello.
Hiya, come on in.
I brought some notes with me, I hope you don't mind.
Oh no, not a problem. I've always got some notes. Right, so, how are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm happy the sun's finally coming out.
Yeah, me. It's been a bit dull the last couple of days.
I know, we've missed the sun. Are you going on any sunny holidays?
I have got a holiday planned. It's to Orlando, Florida.
Oh wow.
So I've got it all, trying to get it all planned out at the moment. I've got a massive spreadsheet with all dates and times and parks and restaurants. It's taken a lot of planning, to be honest.
My goodness.
So,
that's
yeah.
Excel overload.
Have you got a holiday?
No, nothing planned yet, but if I need planning, I'll be coming to you. Okay, so we're going to do your end of year review today.
Okay.
So we're going to go through things like, we're going to go through your KPIs, absences, sort of how well you feel you're doing, any issues you need to bring up. So it's, you can be completely open, you've got my full attention. So I'll just bring up your KPIs here. So we can see in your first 6 months you did really well and you met your targets, which is really good, coming in as a new warehouse operative. So between sort of 6 months and nearly 12 months your KPIs really grew. We could see you had a lot of improvement and you were beating your targets really well. And then sort of the last 2 months they sort of dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
But I am aware that unfortunately your mum passed away.
That's probably the main reason I would say that they dropped down a bit is because Mum passed away a couple of months ago. And it's been a massive toll on myself and my family, I suppose. And
I can imagine.
I think from what I can see there, though, still hitting targets.
Yes, I don't want you to think you're not performing. You are just sort of in the lower sort of banding at the moment.
Yeah.
But, you can see from before, you've got the potential to more than sort of be one of the highest.
I just think I was struggling to get my head into it a little bit. But it's been a massive toll on myself and my family. We've had to basically look after my dad, and obviously I've had to get through it myself. And so that's the only reason I would say that I would put it down to.
Yeah, and I can totally understand that. What I wanted is one of your objectives. I was going to say we were to build those sort of back up to where you were.
I would agree. Yeah, one of my targets should be to get them back up to where they were. Yeah. Potentially exceed where they were,
and then see you progress further.
Yeah.
That would be really good. So we've got your KPIs there. So just summarise, we're going to get those back up to where you were, and then get those further. The only other thing I need to look at is the absences. You're currently a high at sort of 8 days. Yeah. Our average is about 4.5. Yeah. Would you say that was the same sort of feel?
I've had to take a lot of days off, more than I would have planned of late. To begin with, it was to get help my dad get through, obviously losing my mum, and then I've had problems with myself. I've had days where I've been rather upset. I've faced coming into work, and then my wife was taking a lot of the slack as well. So I've had to basically have a few days off to at least help out with my dad and let her have some time off from it, because obviously she's been facing the brunt of it as well. So.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Right, one of the things, just checking, we can offer you, there is counselling available that we can arrange for you. And one of the things I wanted to put down as an action for me was to start that process, if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, I'm one of these kind of people that doesn't really want sympathy. I'm quite happy to bury my head in the sand and just carry on. Yeah. But my wife has mentioned potentially about me doing some counselling, so I think that would help me.
Yep, no, that's really good. That's really good. I'll get that sort of process rolling for you. So obviously, if you have any questions about it, just either talk to your line manager or come and ask me.
I may need a few extra days off. Yeah. Coming up shortly.
Okay.
But that might be a case of if I got the holiday for it, I can book those off as a holiday. It's basically my mum's birthday coming up.
Yeah.
And also a couple of days after that it's their anniversary.
Yeah.
So
it would be a good idea to maybe book some days off in advance to plan.
Yeah.
For those. Yeah. No, I totally agree. But yeah, if you have any if you are feeling like you're struggling, don't stay quiet about it. You know, either do speak to me or your line manager. You know, we're all here to support you.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
I'm assuming that one of the problems you're going to be bringing up is the incident that happened between me and Dale a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was something I wanted to just touch on. I didn't want to go through it again, as I feel the issue has been dealt with.
Yeah.
And it has been noted that you and Dale are getting on a lot better now, which is really good to see. It's one of what I wanted to touch on was what was it that made you feel that way that day or lose your cool? What was it that triggered you that day?
I think it was a day where I was struggling with my mum.
Okay.
And Dale was working on the shift with me, and Dale, I don't think he knew the situation at the time or how bad it was getting. So he was obviously maybe doing a bit of banter, or he basically kept making comments about my life, about my work, and I think it was just I had a red mist moment, and I was short-tempered with him, and it resulted in a confrontation. I consider it like a flash in the pan. We're getting on a lot better now.
No, that's really good to hear.
We've sorted the situation out. We're getting on better. We chat now. So I think that's all been dealt with now. It's walked into the bridge.
That's really good. That's good to hear. I had noted down as one of your objectives to maybe, if feel like things were getting on top of you that day.
Yeah.
We offer internal time management courses, dealing with stress courses.
Yeah.
I think they would be really beneficial for you to enrol on.
I think I'd like to go on a time management course. I think it would help me with the situation now.
Yeah.
I think it would help me potentially progress in my career as well, but obviously learning how to deal with situations and the correct way to deal with them. So.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Is there anything that you wanted to speak to me about?
Yeah, I would like to put something on record that I would potentially like to go on and further my career within the company and become a team leader.
Yeah.
I think I have the skills for it, I have the ability, so I'd like to potentially look at that in the future, set it as like a target.
Yeah, no, that would be really good. We're always happy here to anybody who wants to progress. We're happy to support you and get you to reach your goals.
Yeah.
So that would be really good. We'll set that as an objective. We could set the objective maybe for you to do some shadowing with your current team leader or maybe another team leader. So you really get to know the role and responsibilities that come with doing that job.
Yeah.
Maybe you set aside maybe a couple of hours a week to shadow that and set that ball rolling.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I have briefly mentioned it to my line manager, so he is aware of what I want to achieve. But yeah, I'd like to get in contact with him and kind of say that potentially to do some shadowing would be brilliant. If I could shadow a team leader, that would show me the ropes. I'd learn how to do the job correctly. And so if I eventually did achieve team leader status, that I'd hit the ground running. I think that'd be a brilliant idea.
I think you'd be really good, especially with the reporting and the Excel bit. I think you'd be really good. Is there anything else, any other business that you need to?
Yeah, on the negative side, I feel that the shift I'm working on at the moment, they're kind of socially leaving me out of situations. They sometimes go out and I'll go to a bar or a pub and do social events, and they're kind of leaving me out of it at the moment. So.
Okay, we do actually have a charity event coming up that the organisation are picking a charity.
Yeah.
We have got a few tasks left that we need volunteers for. It's sort of a social sort of charity event where, you know, you might see team members in a different light, they might see you in a different light out of work. It might bring your bonds together a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to sign up and potentially help with that then. I mean, it would help me engage with the team better, I suppose. And I like to think of myself as being life and soul of the party, and I haven't been that of late, so it might help me. Yeah. Okay, I'll help with that. Yeah.
No, that sounds really good. I will put you down for some of those, the tasks. The other thing we can do is, if after, you know, you've sort of done your charity event, that we can look at changing shifts. If you were still struggling, we could change your shift.
I don't think that's needed, to be honest. Obviously we had the incident with Dale. That's been sorted. I know they're leaving me out at the moment, but I think that might be down to the situation with my mum. But I don't think I need to change shifts. They're a good bunch of lads. I quite like working on that shift. So I think it's my first 12 months in the company. I'll hopefully, in another 12 months' time, I'll be in a totally different situation, and that I'll be more involved with the team and engage more socially. So I think, yeah, I'd like to stay on the same shift at the moment.
No, that's fine. As long as you know, I'm happy to discuss that option. But no, that's really good. And you know, you're more than achieving your KPIs, which is really good.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Not a problem. And yours. Back to it.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you. Thank you very much.